this is Amy. Thanks so much for stopping by. Today I'm going to show you a really easy way to paint trumpet flowers. It's a little bit different than what I've seen in the past, but hopefully it's one that you can actually enjoy if you're new to painting. I am going to be using my number 2 script liner and a number 10 flat brush. Both of these are plaid one-stroke brushes. And then I'm also going to be using a number 10 Royal Aqualon Filbert Brush and my dotting tool, a dotting stylus. Paint I'm using is Wicker White, Thicket, Happy Green, and Magenta. These are all Filbert products. Some are multi-surface and some are enamels. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started, because if you realize with a trumpet plant, they actually, the blooms kind of hang upside down. I guess that's what how I would describe them. And I'm just going to start by doing just some quick little stems for them to hang from. And just do them really quick and easy. The main thing is I want to get a few of them hanging down and get some leaves on it just to fill it in, and hopefully it resembles what you're used to seeing. I think this is a real easy way though to paint them. So if you're new to painting, this might be a great way for you to get started with them, and then you can branch out to a more difficult pattern, because this is definitely meant for beginners, or maybe even mid-range. It's really up to you. Alright, so I'm just going to quickly do those. Again, they're upside down. The next thing I'm going to do is to load my Filbert brush with all of the magenta. It's just, I'm loading it, dabbing my brush into that. It's not anything difficult as far as loading the brushes. It's just an easy way to load them. So the first one I'm going to do is just more like a, this might just represent more like a back of one of the plants. And I'm going to try to put more on here than what I did in my sample, because once I actually pulled up a picture, I'm thinking that they're a little bit different than what I had envisioned. So that's the reason. I think I was just going to do a few, and then I'm thinking, no, you know what, I'm actually going to do more than a few, because they actually, on the plant itself, there's a lot. And this is just basically using the Filbert brush and kind of doing a C stroke, comma stroke. Definitely different than what I've seen him, how I've seen him painted in the past. But I hope you like it. I hope you enjoy it. Alright, let's see here. I might try to throw maybe one more in here. And like I said, my sample, I definitely did not have anywhere near this. But the more I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, you know what, I'm going to do more. Alright, so then I'm going to go back and take some time to connect these to the stems. And if you've ever seen, I don't know, some sample paintings, it's a little bit different than what I'm doing, but this is my version of it. So you find when you're doing samples or doing patterns that you have to put your own little twist into them, and that's what I'm doing. So I'm just taking the script liner and adding these to my stems. But I think these are fun. These are definitely a fun little twist. And on this piece is one of my pieces that I had put this frosted glass on, frosted glass paint, I should say. Now, I have to be honest with you, that frosted glass paint is very durable. I really found it to be very awesome, especially when you're trying to get it off so you can paint another design, because I do reuse my glassware so that I'm not having all kinds of painted glassware piled up, because I have enough of wine glasses like that I'm hoping that I can get sold this year so I can continue to do those and sell them, because I really do like the painted glass. And I hope you enjoy watching these videos. If you find that there's something else you'd like me to paint, please make sure that you put that information down below underneath the video in the comment area, because I am always looking for suggestions. It's one thing when you're doing a lot of videos trying to come up with different ideas to keep people interested. That can be a little challenging. And I don't want to bore anybody, that's for sure. Yeah, this is my, like I said, my idea of the connection for these. It's not necessarily what you have to do. Alright, so on the ones that I'm thinking are just facing, I'm going to see the back of them, I am going to tip my brush and go over it again. I'm going over it again, and I'm going to pull this in here and pull this in this way. And you can go over it again. The thicker your strokes, the paint on your strokes, the thicker your item is going to be, and the more durable it's going to be too, because the thicker the paint, that will allow for durability. Now when you're doing a piece like this, not necessarily important as it is when you're drinking from something, but it's still important. I mean, you want your product, if you're selling it or if you're just using it merely as a piece of home decor, I mean, that's really up to you, but you want it to be nice. Okay, so I'm going to leave those like that, and basically what I'm doing is, again, loading the brush, and then I'm tipping the bottom of it into the white. Okay, now this is going to come down here a little bit, and then I'm going to cross over here, pull it like that. If I feel like I need more white, guess what? I'm going to dip it in there. And then I'm going to pull this one up like that. And like that. Again, you can go over it if you're not happy with the strokes, or if you want to add more color to it. You can reload your brush with the pink if you want to do that. And then come back here, pull this in, pull this over here. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. You make that bigger if you want. Pull this in. Come back here, pull this up here, and then pull this in here. Very pretty, right? I think they are. If your brush gets too full of paint, by all means scrape the paint off. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm just going to come down here a little bit, pull it to the top of the flower. I'm going to hit my brush again with some more white, and I'm going to pull it down pull it over, pull it up, and then pull it in. Again, if you feel like it needs to have more definition here for the center, then pull it in. It's very easy. Eventually I can show you another way to do these, and you'll see that this is a very easy design. Very easy design. You just have to lay your brush, and then you make some curves to it. Turn it a little bit if you want, and then pull it in. Pretty neat though. I like it. I think these are easy to paint. It's an easy stroke, and with that being said, then it's one that a lot of people I think are capable of doing, because it's just your flat brush, or your Filbert brush, I'm sorry, and then you're pulling it towards it. And it's basically a 5-petal flower. And I'll do one more here. And like I said, there are other ways to do these. This is not the only way. This is just a different way. Alright, so then what you do, when you're done with them, I'm going to take my little dotting tool, my dotting stylus, and put a dot in the center. Very simple center. And they're hanging down. I'm working upside down, and there you go. So then what I'm going to do, the final part of this, is to double load my brush. I'll have to do a video just with double loading, but I'm doing the flat brush, the number 10. And I can stick a little bit of white in there if I want, just to give it some more durability. Alright, so then I am just going to start just throwing a bunch of leaves in here. And since I love to paint leaves, as many of you know, this is the fun part for me. And the more I do this, the more paint that gets on them. What's going to happen? It's more durable, more durability. You can just have fun painting these. They don't have to be, you can switch them around, they don't have to be anything. You can go down the side like this, come down the side like that, and then pull a center. You can, I want them to be kind of double-sided though, I do want that. And I want a lot of them. Definitely want a lot of them. Because I think when I was looking at it, there's a lot of leaves on a trumpet flower. If you feel the need to give some drying time to these before you start painting the leaves, by all means do so. I am working wet on wet, so if you don't like working wet on wet, then give it some drying time. Definitely, by all means. And I'm just pulling them over like that. I want to hang them down as much as I can. I just don't want to interfere with my actual flower petals because I don't want to mess them up. But they're nice when they kind of droop over the flowers a little bit. because that's what they actually do in nature. And you know I'm all about that. If you watch my videos, you know I'm all about the nature part. I just keep adding them. Keep adding them in. Just scrape off your paint if you feel like you're getting too much paint on your brush. Now, just to kind of reiterate, as far as baking and doing your glassware, make sure that you clean your glass before you paint. You can use soap and water, then wipe it off with some rubbing alcohol. You can just clean it off with rubbing alcohol. The main thing is to get any kind of, you know, dirt, grime, grease from your hands, your fingers, you know, that kind of thing off of your glassware, because that can cause there to be an issue with the paint adhering. When you're done painting, I would give, if you're using the folk art enamels, give it some time to just dry by air for at least an hour, and then you're ready to bake. It's one thing I love about this paint. When I was baking a lot of glass, I didn't have to wait like 24 hours. I could just keep working and get my stuff out. So when you put it into your oven, you add your I want to say your your preheat time to your bake time. Now, if you don't know what that is, I would give it at least 10 to 15 minutes. Mine is 20 minutes, and I already know this, so I just automatically am able to add that. If you're not sure, you can either take some time to time it and know for sure. It's not going to really hurt it though if you bake it a little bit longer. It's really not. The main thing is then once it's dry, once it's been baked, you allow it to completely cool down before you take it out of the oven. Very important. Any sudden changes to the temperature of your glass is what's going to cause it to break. Alright, so here we are. I'm going to leave it at this. I like it. I think it's very pretty. And if you do too, please make sure you give me a big thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can be notified when I actually post something new, and also make sure you hit that notification bell. That'll send you a notification. And then when you're done viewing the video, stick around and hit that share button that's underneath the video, and that will allow you to share this on your social network with all your friends and family. Alright, I hope once again that you like this video, and I hope to see you the next time. Thanks again so much for stopping by, and until then, you have a good one.